Hey everyone, and welcome to this deep dive on becoming a youth offending team worker.
We're going to use these RoleCatcher resources to get you ready for that interview.
We've got the career guide, the interview guide, and even some insights into how their AI can really boost your chances of landing the job.
So let's get started.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before we get into the interview questions, let's just quickly lay out exactly what a youth offending team worker does.
Yeah. So basically, you're going to be working with young people who have gotten in trouble with the law,
Okay.
and your goal is to help them make positive changes in their lives
Got it.
and hopefully prevent them from reoffending. So you're going to be providing support counseling guidance.
So it's like giving them a second chance.
Yeah, exactly. You're helping them get back on track and,
understand.
equip them with the tools they need to make better choices.
And that could involve a lot of different things, right?
Yeah. So,
Because I see here in the career guide, it talks about helping with housing,
yeah.
education, connecting them with activities, even counseling.
Yeah. It's a very multifaceted role.
Yeah.
And the career guide even mentions sometimes you're visiting young people in secure institutions.
Yeah.
So it can be quite demanding.
Yeah, I bet.
Especially with those high caseloads it mentions.
Yeah, I was just going to say that's in the con section.
It's definitely rewarding.
Yeah.
You're making a real difference in these young people's lives.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into those interview questions.
Sounds good.
Because RoleCatcher have 9 key questions they highlight. And that's really where we're going to spend most of our time today, is walking you through those.
Yeah.
Giving you strategies for coming up with really amazing answers.
Preparation is key.
Okay. Yeah.
It will boost your confidence.
Absolutely. All right. So question number 1 is, can you tell us about your previous experience working with at-risk youth?
That's the one.
Okay.
I'll start with.
It seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's got to be a way to make it stand out.
Well, you really want to showcase your passion and your experience. Don't just list off past jobs you've had,
Right.
but bring them to life.
Okay.
Think back to the entry-level youth offending team worker example profile that's in the career guide.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, you want to talk about the specific things you did.
Okay, I see that. They didn't just say, I assisted with programs.
Right.
They actually gave specific examples.
Yeah. They're like, I facilitated group sessions focused on anger management, and that resulted in a 20% reduction in reported incidents.
Oh, that's powerful.
Yeah, right?
It's about showing, not just telling.
Yes. Quantify your impact whenever possible.
Okay, so let's say you've given your specific example.
Right.
What are some follow-up questions you might get?
They might ask you to elaborate on a particular challenge you faced,
Okay.
or how you adapted your approach to meet the needs of a specific young person.
So it's not just about having the story ready. You have to be ready to go deeper. Okay. And this is where I think RoleCatcher's AI can come in handy.
Absolutely.
Because you can input your answer and it will give you feedback and help you refine it.
Yeah.
And it can analyze your language.
It's like having a personal editor for your interview responses.
Yeah. It's amazing.
It is.
Okay. Question number 2 is, how do you ensure effective communication with young people who may be reluctant or resistant to engage with support services?
This is a tricky one.
Yeah, I feel like that one's tough.
Yeah. These young people may not be thrilled to be there. They might not want to talk to you.
Right.
You have to emphasize building rapport,
Okay.
active listening,
Mm-hmm.
tailoring your approach to each individual.
So there's no magic formula.
No.
It's about just really being genuine.
Yeah, and empathetic.
Yeah.
Meeting them where they're at.
Yeah. Okay. But what are some specific things that you can do?
Well, one powerful tactic is mirroring.
Mirroring.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's subtly reflecting their body language and their tone of voice.
Oh.
They can really create that connection.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
And don't forget to mention any experience you have using technology to connect with youth.
Yeah.
Because listening to the career guide talks about telehealth, digital tools, online platforms.
It shows you're adaptable and you can use those tools.
Absolutely. Okay, so question number 3. How do you manage a caseload of young people with diverse needs and backgrounds?
Organization is key.
Yeah.
So you want to talk about any systems you use to stay organized,
Okay.
but more importantly, talk about your ability to prioritize.
Right. Because
That everyone is the same.
you can't treat every young person the same.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
And remember how the cons section talks about those high caseloads?
Oh, yeah.
You can mention that too.
Okay.
It shows that you're realistic.
Right.
You know what you're getting into.
Okay. That makes sense.
Okay.
Question number 4 is, Can you describe a time when you had to manage a challenging situation with a young person?
Oh, everyone's got a story for this one. Yeah, for sure. So what should we focus on when we're telling this story?
Focus on your problem-solving skills
Okay.
and your empathy.
Got it.
So choose a situation where you had to, like, de-escalate a conflict
All
or
right.
navigate a sensitive issue
Right.
and focus on the positive outcome. How did you help the young person?
Yeah. And I think it's important to remind our listeners to avoid breaching confidentiality when sharing these stories.
Yes.
Like, keep the details general.
Absolutely.
Focus on the lessons learned, not on specific individuals.
That's really important.
And again, this is where I think that AI from RoleCatcher can really come in handy because you can input your answer and it'll give you feedback on whether you are showing those problem-solving skills.
Yeah.
And that
It's
empathy.
like having a virtual mentor helping you out.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, question number 5 is, can you give an example of a successful intervention you have implemented with a young person?
So similar to the last question, but
Yes.
here you're really highlighting your expertise and the positive impact you've had. Think about those functions and core abilities in the career guide.
Right.
Did you use your knowledge of psychology or counseling to help the young person?
So it's about more than just managing a crisis.
Yeah.
It's about proactively, like, helping them make changes.
Absolutely.
Okay. What are some follow-up questions we might expect for this one?
They might ask you to elaborate on the challenges you faced
Okay.
or how you measured the effectiveness of your approach.
Okay.
They might also ask how you collaborated with others.
Right, like other professionals or family members.
It's about teamwork and that holistic approach.
Okay. And I'm assuming the AI can help us with this one as well.
It can.
Great.
Yeah. You can tailor your answer to the specific job description.
Amazing.
Okay.
Okay. So we're on a roll. We've got 5 questions down
That's right.
and questions 6 through 9.
Okay.
I feel like they all kind of touch on these like key themes of engaging youth,
Right.
collaborating with others, advocating for their voice,
Yeah.
and understanding the legal side of things.
Absolutely. And remember, you're not just working on these young people, you're working with them.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And remember those typical interactions mentioned in the career guide. You're going to be working with families,
Oh, right.
probation officers, social workers, teachers.
So highlight those teamwork skills.
Yes.
Okay.
It's about collaboration.
And then when it comes to the legal side of things,
Yeah.
question 9 specifically mentions like ensuring that young people are aware of their rights
Yeah.
and responsibilities within the criminal justice system.
You want to demonstrate that you understand that legal framework.
Okay. So for that one, definitely reference the career guide.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've talked about showcasing experience,
Mhm.
effective communication organization, handling those challenging situations,
Yeah.
and even touching on those legal
You
aspects.
got it.
But before we move on to part 2, I want to talk about the career stages that are outlined in the career guide.
Yes.
It's helpful to understand how this role can, like, evolve over time.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's briefly touch on those different stages.
Okay. So you've got your entry level.
Mm-hmm.
You're assisting more senior team members.
Okay.
Then you've got your junior level where you're taking on more responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, senior level,
Yeah.
where you're leading a team, developing strategies,
Got it.
and making those key partnerships.
Wow. That's quite a journey.
It is.
And it all starts with that first interview.
Right.
So before we move on to part 2, I want you to imagine yourself walking into that interview room.
Okay.
You've prepped your answers. You've practiced with RoleCatcher's AI.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of impression do you want to make?
That's a good one to think about.
Yeah.
Remember, it's not just what you say,
Mm,
it's how you say it.
right.
Let your passion come through.
Huh.
Be genuine.
Yeah.
Show them you're dedicated.
Excellent advice.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll be back in part 2 to dive into those AI tools and how they can give you that competitive edge.
Absolutely.
Until then, keep prepping. Stay calm.
We'll see you soon. Welcome back to our deep dive on becoming a youth offending team worker.
We're jumping right back into where we left off, helping you nail that interview.
We've talked about those crucial interview questions,
Yeah.
but now let's unleash the power of RoleCatcher's AI.
Okay. So I've got my CV and resume ready to go.
Right.
What magic does RoleCatcher's AI bring?
Well, it's like having a personal recruiter analyze both your CV and the specific job description you're targeting.
Okay.
And then the AI identifies the keywords,
Okay.
the skills, the formatting preferences that employers are looking for.
So it's not just about like stuffing my CV with every buzzword I can think of.
No,
Yeah.
not at all. It's about strategic highlighting.
Okay.
It's about showcasing the most relevant aspects of your experience in a way that aligns with what they're seeking.
Yeah. Because you want yours to like jump out
Exactly.
from that stack of applications.
Yes. And remember those applicant tracking systems we talked about?
Oh, yeah.
The AI makes sure your CV is optimized to get past those filters.
So it's like having a secret code to bypass the robots.
You could say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then once my CD is all polished up, does the AI help with my cover letter too?
Absolutely. It helps you create a personalized narrative,
Okay.
engaging, that captures their attention.
It's all about making a strong first impression.
Yeah. So what are some things the AI focuses on when building a cover letter?
Yeah. What are some like key things?
It's going to help you highlight the most relevant skills and experience.
Okay.
And it's going to make sure your tone is professional, enthusiastic, and genuine.
Okay. So we've got the application covered.
Right.
But what about actually preparing for the interview itself?
Yeah.
That's where I always get nervous.
Well, don't worry. RoleCatcher's AI has got you covered. Remember those practice questions we talked about?
Sure.
You can actually input your answers
Oh, wow.
into the AI, and it will give you feedback.
Unlike what?
Like clarity,
Yeah.
conciseness, even your tone of voice.
Wait. It analyzes how I'm speaking,
Yeah.
even though I'm just typing.
It's pretty amazing.
That's so cool. I know I tend to like ramble when I'm nervous.
Uh-huh.
So this could be a game changer.
Yeah.
It's like having a coach right there with you.
Exactly.
Okay. And for those who are like really serious about prepping,
Yes.
RoleCatcher offers a video practice feature.
That's right.
So I can record myself answering questions and get feedback on how I look.
You got it. It's like having a virtual mirror that analyzes your body language.
That's a little scary.
It is. But,
Yeah.
you can see yourself as the interviewer would
Right.
and make adjustments.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you really are like putting your best foot forward.
Absolute.
This is blowing my mind.
It is a remarkable tool.
And what about those like behavioral questions?
Yeah. Tell me about a time.
Oh, yeah.
Those are always tough.
Those are the hardest.
Yeah.
RoleCatcher can help you with those too.
Okay, so it has like a library of sample questions.
Yeah.
They have a library of interview questions.
Okay.
Categorized by career and skill.
So I can find ones that are specific to this role.
You got it. And then you can practice your answers.
Okay. So it's like a cheat sheet and a coach all in one.
Exactly. And remember that career compass feature?
Yeah. The
Yeah.
one that helps you explore other career paths.
That's the one. So even if this particular role isn't the perfect fit,
Okay.
RoleCatcher can help you find something that is.
So it's like having a career counselor on demand.
I got it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've talked about how the AI can help you tailor your application, practice your answers,
Yeah.
and even explore other career paths.
You got it.
But let's shift gears a little bit
Okay.
and talk about the actual like skills and knowledge that are important for this job.
Right.
Remember that functions and core abilities section in the career guide?
I do.
Okay. It talks about things like social perceptiveness, active listening, critical thinking, understanding of psychology and the legal system.
Those are the building blocks.
Right. So it sounds like this role requires a lot of different skills.
It does. You need to understand the young people you're working with,
Yeah.
communicate effectively, and make sound judgments.
Okay. So when I'm answering those interview questions,
Yeah.
I should be thinking about how my skills connect to those core abilities.
Absolutely.
Okay. And don't forget about continuous learning,
Yes.
because this field is always changing.
It's constantly evolving.
Right. So the career guide mentions attending conferences, joining professional organizations,
Yeah.
reading journals,
Stay engaged.
right? And mentioning those things in the interview shows that you're really serious about this.
Absolutely. It shows commitment.
Okay, so we've covered a lot.
Yeah.
But before we wrap up part 2, I want to bring up something that's often overlooked,
What's that?
the human element.
Oh, yeah.
Because yes, AI can be super helpful,
Right.
but ultimately you're interacting with people.
Yes, you are.
So don't let the tech overshadow your own personality.
That's such a good point.
And passion.
Yeah, because while the AI can refine your answers,
Right.
it's your genuine desire to help these young people that's really going to shine through.
Okay, so it's about being authentic.
Exactly.
Okay. So we'll be back in part 3 to explore some additional tips and strategies.
I look forward to it.
Be tuned. Welcome back to the deep dive. We are wrapping up our 3-part special on how to absolutely crush that youth offending team worker interview.
We've covered a lot.
We have.
From understanding the role and crafting killer answers to leveraging the power of RoleCatcher's AI.
We are not done yet. We've got some final tips and strategies to really boost your confidence and help you stand out from the crowd.
That's right. Let's dive into those last-minute touches that can make all the difference.
Okay, I am ready. What is the first thing on our list?
Research.
Research.
It might sound obvious,
No.
but you'd be surprised how many candidates walk into an interview without a solid understanding of the organization they're applying to.
Okay, so it's not enough to just know about the youth offending team worker role in general.
Right.
You need to really dig deeper into the specific organization.
Exactly. Go beyond just skimming their website.
Okay.
Look into their mission values programs
Yeah.
and even their recent news or initiatives.
Okay, I am taking notes.
Hmm.
What kind of things should I be looking for specifically?
Pay attention to their approach to youth justice.
Okay.
Do they emphasize restorative justice practices?
Yeah, okay.
Are they focused on specific demographics or
Yeah.
types of offenses?
Mhm.
What are their key partnerships in the community?
So it's like becoming a detective,
Yeah.
piecing together their story.
Exactly.
Okay. And this research serves a double purpose.
It does.
Not only does it help me answer those interview questions better,
Right.
but it also gives me material for asking my own questions,
Exactly.
which is super important.
Yes.
Okay, so what kind of questions would impress a hiring manager?
Instead of those generic questions like, what's the work-life balance like, try to weave in something you learned during your research.
Okay.
You could ask, I read about your partnership with the local community college to provide vocational training. Can you tell me more about that program and how youth offending team workers are involved?
Oh, that is so much better.
Right.
It shows you've done your homework.
It does.
Okay, here's another tip. Practice your elevator pitch.
That's a good one.
You know, that quick summary of my skills and experience.
Yes. A mini commercial for yourself.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So how do I craft the perfect elevator pitch for this role?
Keep it brief,
Okay.
engaging,
Mm-hmm.
and tailored to the youth offending team worker position.
Okay.
For example, you could say something like, I'm passionate about helping young people turn their lives around. In my previous role at Organization Name, I successfully implemented a program that helped reduce reoffending rates by 15%. I'm excited to bring my skills and experience to this organization and make a positive impact on the lives of young people in this community.
Wow, that hits all the right notes.
Right.
Passion, experience, quantifiable achievements.
You got it.
Okay. Now, for something that might sound a little counterintuitive,
Okay.
what's that?
Be prepared to talk about your weaknesses.
Oh, the dreaded weakness question?
Right.
I know it can be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But remember, everyone has areas where they can improve.
Yeah.
The key is to frame it positively.
So instead of saying I'm terrible at time management,
Right.
what should I say?
You could say, I'm always striving to improve my time management skills. I've recently implemented a new system to help me prioritize tasks and stay organized. And I'm always open to learning new strategies.
Oh, that's a much better way to put it.
Right.
It shows that you are self-aware and that you're willing to grow.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now let's talk about something that can truly make or break your interview.
Okay. What's that?
Your mindset.
Mindset.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with interview prep?
Well, approaching the interview with a positive and confident mindset can really impact your performance.
It's about believing in yourself and your abilities.
So it's not just about knowing the answers.
Right.
It's about feeling confident in your ability to deliver them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Visualize yourself succeeding.
Yes.
Focus on your strengths, your accomplishments.
Yeah.
Remind yourself why you're passionate about this work.
It's about shifting from fear and self-doubt
Right.
to confidence and excitement.
And remember, even if you don't get this specific job,
Yeah,
the interview process itself is valuable.
it is.
You are practicing.
Right.
You're getting feedback.
Yeah.
You're learning.
It's a win-win.
Okay. So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
any final words of wisdom for our listener?
Remember, you're not just going for a job.
Okay.
You're embarking on a mission to change lives.
Yeah.
Let that passion and purpose guide you.
That is a great reminder.
It's about connecting with the interviewers
Yeah.
on a human level,
Mhm.
showing them your genuine desire to make a difference.
Okay. So go into that interview with confidence, enthusiasm, and a clear sense of purpose.
You got this.
That's a wrap on our youth offending teen worker interview prep deep dive.
It is.
We hope you found these insights helpful
I hope so.
and are feeling ready to rock that interview. Remember, you're not just applying for a job. You're taking a step toward making a real difference in the lives of young people.
Okay.
We are cheering you on.